We're running a little late. That's because I was kind of late in deciding that I was going to stream today. Not you, not you're a little late. I said we're a little late. It's 12 of, you're the first one here. You were first. Yuda, good to see you. I missed the first 4 minutes of Quali. I'm still having the same, like, headphone disconnect issue, and I don't really know what to do about it. Basically, my headphones will repeatedly disconnect and reconnect, and when they're doing that, my computer freezes up for about a second and a half. And if we're in the middle of a race and my headphone freezes for a second and a half, that spells trouble, to say the least. Oh, we're using the fucking angel gates again? I mean, I'm not gonna say it's not pretty. I feel like we're mixing aesthetics. Okay, that's a fucking troll right there. I feel like we're mixing aesthetics a little bit. Like, it's definitely a pretty map. I also, at least from a learning perspective, kind of hate it. But it is tech. Is that a hole in the... No, we're good. That was interesting. Was that grass? This looks like a campaign map. Is this a fucking multi-lap? No, surely not, right? It is? Why are we doing a fucking multi-lap? Motherfucker. Why is that turn in the map? Alright, alright. My opinion is rapidly shifting. It says the AT's a minute. Or, yeah. God, it's a long one. I think the last... We haven't had any multi-laps for the past 2 campaigns. I mean, listen. I've said it before. I see no reason that we shouldn't do Cups of the Day on actual campaign maps. Like not all the time, but every once in a while. It'd be fun to get everyone together and play on a map that we've all practiced. Or like, you know, like once a year or something, we could have like a Hawkalicious Cup of the Day. Ah, damn. It occurs to me I've never played Hawk. I should probably fix that. Oh, the grass is there to slow you down before the second lap. Alright, is there a GPS? Let's see what there is to glean. Fun to hunt. I just don't know. Was it just like a little too short? They were like 30 seconds is too short. I'll just make him do it twice. Full speed. Long drift. Ooh, okay, that's a U-turn. Yes, yes, Hawk is in Team 2020. I've seen Virtual play it. Ooh. Okay, let's practice this. That is a tough one, full speed. This is that U-turn. Oh, not the... This is the U-turn. Vic is a pro furry. When you say pro furry, do you mean supportive of furries? Do you mean a furry that's a professional Trackmania player? Or do you mean that they earn money by being a furry? Recent date. Okay, so he's a professional Trackmania streamer who is a furry. Heard. Understood. It's funny, because I think how this is going to go, you do have more speed on the second lap, but as soon as you, like, crash once, it's just, like, the first lap redux. So, I think what's going to happen is we're going to get further and further in the second lap without crashing as we improve our speeds, and then we'll crash, and then we'll be fine after the crash because we've already driven that part effectively. Godly, good to see you. Good morning. Formula E, like, good to see. Hey, you're driving. Wait, no, did you say you're in a car? I always, you Europeans and riding cars with other people driving them. Sorry. Americans we're really a 1 car per person kind of society. Or one person per car, you get it. 1-to-1 car person ratio. It's to the point where, like, being in a car with another person is sort of like a fun little event. Just because, like, so much of driving is like either like running errands or like commuting to work, yada yada. You're about to, okay, well in that case. Gold's doable. I don't think silver's, or I don't think author's doable for me. Well, obviously, like, you'd think we could carpool a little more though. Like, we didn't just pick cars. We said we want cars and we want them to be minimally efficient. We're really looking for the very worst transport experience here. Speaking of cities that don't function with other modes of transport, we actually have a decent public bus system here. At least when I was in grad school, we got free bus transport. But they cut back a bunch of routes and hours because, of course, they did. So, and I mean, it's also only really good if you're close to the city center. Whoa, I forgot that turn. I'm gonna reset just because we have about a minute left. Take another try at a better first half. Well, it is unlikely now, but you know, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I think I just didn't learn fast enough today. Because most of the time, I think it's a combination of me not learning fast enough and there being a lot of blind turns. Because usually blind turns make it much harder for me to learn since I really am like a visual person. It also doesn't help that since you do the same track but at 2 different speeds, the way that you take the turns, like, do you know what I mean? Like, like, there are 2 different memory sets associated with each visual, like, thing, which I think might be throwing me off a little bit. Like, if you're trying to tell a communist that communal transport is good, then good point, I guess. At the very least, a socialist living in the US of A, of all people to know that cars fucking suck. I've definitely heard the name before, Kvik. Or, you know. Div 32. I know there are some people, especially some people in Europe, Poland and more east, who when you're like, oh, I'm a socialist or I'm a communist, they go like, you don't fucking know what socialism is, and it's not good. And I'm like, not that one, not dictator, like, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that we should do like fucking USSR 2.0. That was a nightmare and not even fucking socialism. You know? I forgot to go backwards. Oopsies. But I can understand it, you know? Obviously, with that degree of societal trauma tied to those words. Div 32 so close to Div 1. So true, bestie. Perks of being in a low division. Came in 2nd place. Judge. Tip, I swear. I swear. It's gonna be a quick one, okay? Immediately after the jams of the day, I'm gonna end the stream. All right? I couldn't help it. I am sorry. Hey! All right, it's not just me. Bear is in this div too. It makes me feel good when I see names that I associate. Like, you know, like Bear, I think is a little bit better than I am. But we end up in the same divisions pretty frequently. So if I'm in a bad division and then I see names that I recognize, I'm like, oh, not so bad then. And like 32's not that bad. Honestly, that 108 was pretty good. I don't know how doable gold is. I like how I always have like such a shit start and then I just spend the entire race catching up. Bear in 3rd though, half-second improvement, only 2.8. But yeah, I almost didn't stream today. I even said in the Discord that I wasn't gonna stream, but I was gonna play the map anyways. And then I was like, oh, what the hell? But for real this time, immediately after the jams of the day, okay? Stream is ending immediately after the jams of the day. That was very close. Are you fucking kidding me? Stressed and annoyed? What's wrong, Lily? Clan drama. Oh no. In her nannies? I didn't feel like her community was a very high drama community. They always seem pretty chilled out to me. Tip, do you not think Hanani's like Hanani's very high energy, but she's also good vibes? You know. Okay. Okay. That makes sense to me. But counter argument to said queer folk. I don't think that furry or kink stuff is fundamentally like it's queer in some senses, right? Oh, wow, Lily, I hate that username. Wow, gross. Tip. Strap slap is just a really aggressive username. I don't know what to say. But also, like, how do I put this? It's a tough job catering to internet trans girls because we/y'all sort of, I don't know, how do I put this? Trans e-girls are just very unhinged. Trans e-girl Twitter scares the hell out of me. And like, you know, birds of a feather and all that. So you're trans, you end up having a lot of trans people around you. But it's like, I just feel like we are just constantly walking on like a razor thin edge of devolving into like trans Twitter. And I'm like not here for it. Wow, a PB, 5,000ths. Not bringing this here. Lily, it's okay. It's okay. This is a place to receive support. Yudo, good to see you. This is explicitly an 18 plus community. Also, granted, don't love the word fraudage. In fact, I'm pretty sure that literally frauding is a banned word here, which is absolutely hilarious because we lesbian. Oh my god. Oh, we are throwing. We lesbian has, I don't know how to put this. I don't want to say she has a frauding thing because that's really not communicating the right idea. I guess her community has an in-joke about frauding. So she tried to raid me once using that word in their raid message. And then everybody got, it's like not auto-modded, right? It's where it's literally like, oh, you can't post that. It goes against the moderation settings of this like channel. And I was like, heck, what on earth did you just try to do? Clutch! Okay, well, the next guy was actually 3 seconds behind you, but still. Because of not, that sounds completely correct, and I support my decision. I mean, how do I put this? Mods are an extension of the streamer. So sort of inherent in letting you guys do what you do. I'm endorsing your actions, and they reflect back on me. That's why when I say I trust you guys, I really do mean it, because if you guys act bad, it reflects poorly on me. Eileen. I'm trying to push lines because we're close to out, but we stayed in top 16 down to two eliminations around. Lean to go faster. I am leaning. You can't see me doing that, but I am in fact leaning really hard. Fertilize. Damn, I overtook half the field in that turn. Ooh, and they're all gonna take me back in that one. Literally, that's so funny. 5th place. Could be a PB. 3/10. I felt pretty dialed in that time. Oh, God, okay. We're good, we're good, we're good. It's close as hell. I didn't need to drip that, but I was going to crash if I didn't. Danish script for 5% more speed on the streets. I'll try it in the next round. Top 10. That one was very close, though, so this will be tough. Top 8 with a 1-second PB. I didn't let up at all until like the last 20 seconds of that, or like last 10 seconds, honestly. Okay. Okay. Had to release. Oh, no. Okay, there's someone who's pretty far out. Woo! Third plays with a wall touch. There were only 2 people who didn't crash. No way! Oh my gosh! Wait! Oh my gosh! The person who's been coming in first consistently is the person who's out. Oh, that means we have a chance. Not a good chance. Knock on wood, by the way. Oh, the nerves. Oh, the same touch. Okay, there's someone a few seconds behind still. Another one. Oh my god. That's not a good place for a touch. I'm saving. I saved really hard. Top 6. I'm a nervy girl. I'm a nervy girl. Deep breaths. Good idea. I'm literally shaking. My hands are shaking. Okay. Top 5. I sat up. No, I'm literally, like, I cannot control this. My hands are absolutely shaking right now. And there's something you might not realize about unshrimping as well. Since I'm such a visual person, I actually have a different vantage on my monitor now. And it's throwing me off. Fuck. The mission is not last. I am unironically gonna re-shrimp. Oh my god, I was saved so hard there. 108.6. Airtime was not good. Okay, well, 4th place DNF'd. Oh, that sucked. The person who's been coming in first came in 3rd that round. Okay. Top 3. Deep breaths. Fuck. No, we're good, we're good, we're good. We didn't touch. No! Shit! I let up. Hi, Soli. I came in 3rd place in my division today. I got sniped right at the end for 0.1. What would have been the time to beat? I'm thinking from the looks of this driving, potentially both of them will beat my PB in the final round. Oh, we should probably... That's a long drift. Oh, shit. The Jamz of the day is starting. 1044. Yeah, they both beat my PB by a second and a half. Okay, let's go. Let's go to the Jamz of the day. Yeah, I was like 4 minutes late to quali. Oh, you really got there late, huh? Ooh, what was that? I've got a lot more speed through here this time. There's got to be more inside, that's all. That one's tricky. I'm glad I went live today. Y'all know that? I mean, honestly, most of the time I'm glad. I'm still shaking off my nerves. Whew. Bonk. I still need to figure out that line. I think that if we perform well and we don't crash at critical moments, we could get top 16. Bonk. We got a couple rounds to figure out what we're doing. Well, there's still a few slower people. I've just got the classic, I figured out fast lines for some turns, and then as a result, I don't know how to take the turns after them with all the extra speed. Learning during Cup is rough? Yeah. I mean, I'm very fortunate because it's tech, and I like tech, and it's easier for me to learn tech. But I think for this one in particular, there's a lot of, like, how do I put this? There's a lot of blind turns, and that can make it harder to learn, harder to remember. That's not a drift. Okay, I thought I did really well. I have absolutely no idea why I'm in last. It's that I did so well in my division that I didn't even get a chance to watch the world record line once. What was my time? A 106? Oh my god, are you kidding me? I was only 0.6 off of my PB and I was almost eliminated? Dear God. This could be it. I'll push my lines, but when I do that, it makes it more likely that I'm gonna crash. Oh. Oh, I got teched. There's absolutely no way we stay in from that. Yep. We go out together as a tough one. I'm gonna give us a cutoff. All right. 1:30 in 24 minutes. We end stream. Let's see Moss's. This all looks about right. Yeah. But he starts that so early. That line looks scary as hell. Same with this one. Oh, they do quite a long drift there. Are they? They're not. They're speed sliding. I was like, that's a really long drift. And I was like, no, that's not a drift. You speed sliding on a tech map. I'm terrified. That's what, like, I love tech. I love tech so much. I enjoy how, like, that's what I keep saying this, but tech maps make me feel like I'm good at a racing game. Regardless of whether or not my times are good, if I don't crash, I feel like I'm good. And that's what I like about them. And, like, I guess you could say I am a very technically minded person. So, like, having, like, the lines in my head and, like, just, you know, having something interesting where there's more to it than just, like, performance and being, like, perfectly accurate. I don't think there's a crash in my PB. But I release all over the place, so I don't know how clean it is, really. I have no idea how he does that. Is he Dirt Enjoyer? Hey, to each their own, you know? I do not know how he takes that turn like that. I love ice, too. I really enjoy bobsleigh. Yeah, ice is definitely... I don't like racing on ice. I like, I don't know, doing ice maps. Like, when I'm doing ice maps, I'm, how to put this, highly uncompetitive. I might go for the Wisconsin record run as a template instead of Massa, because Massa's lines are a little bit too fucked for me. Follow my lines minus the bonk. Oh my god, Linko's really good. Homie, you're like 0.3 ahead of me. Oh, you said you bonked. That's right, okay. Linko was like, do you want to join the Women's Racing League? And I was like, yeah, that sounds sort of sick. And then I realized, I'm like, wait, I'm really bad at the video game. I don't know if this is a good idea. Someone's got to bring up the bottom of the bracket, right? How close is she? Okay. She's got AT, though. Enjoy competing in this game. Yeah, it's, I think one thing that I like about it is that, like, so I usually say I'm not a very competitive person. That's not quite the right idea. It's more like I'm just a bad loser at the end of the day. Like, I don't like games where you're head-to-head with someone, because inherent in that sort of game, your expected win rate should be about half the time. And that's pretty feels bad. I don't want to lose half the time. I want to win quite a bit, you know? And I like this because winning is super subjective, right? Like, if you were an all or nothing sort of person, you could say, oh, the cup of the day sucks. You only win 1/64th of the time on average. But that's not quite right? Because you make top half and you're like, nice, right? And I think that the thing is, because of the way that it works, basically, either you don't get a high division, right? But then you do very well in your division, or you get a very good division and then you do really poor in your division, which means that either way, you're sort of winning most of the time. Or, like, you know, a lot of times you're literally racing against yourself. In other words, what you're seeking to do is self-improvement, not beat other people. Sully, I think that maybe there were a lot of people today or something. Because I was surprised. I did relatively well and I was Div 32. No. 100% Smurf. It's not being a Smurf to be in a lower division. I've come to terms with that. The way of the world in the lower divisions is you're going to have people who qualified high and people who qualified low. And the people who qualified low are going to come higher in the position. So the people who are smurfing, quote unquote smurfing, just didn't qualify very well. And, like, it's a two-stage thing. That's to be expected. Like, unless we are fundamentally changing what it means to smurf. Yeah, I hear you, but that's still not smurfing. Yeah. Who's it? Ghost, Snowy Ghost or something like that? Would, like, deliberately try to get into the division that I was in. But, like, they're regularly, like, a Div 4 player. And once I found that out, I was like, oh, you can't try to quali in my Div. I'm getting, like, Div 27. You can't be down here. But yeah, if you think of it this way, right? Basically, what the Cup of the Day is a competition of is ability to learn a map quickly, ability to be consistent, and ability to show up at noon. And if you show up, you know, at 12:07 or 12:12, and then you have 3 minutes to qualify. That doesn't mean that you're like cheating and trying to handle. It means that you didn't do very good at one of the things that the competition's about, right? Oh, that one was really good. All right, let's not throw. She threw. So you're Portuguese, right? Feels so weird talking about where people are from because it's considered like really impolite on Twitch, right? Because you like don't want to dox people or whatever. And then you go Trackmania and everyone's got a fucking flag next to their name, and I'm like, And like, what country you're from isn't exactly identifying information, but it still feels weird to ask. But like, knowing vaguely where people are is useful for communication, you know? Just because, like, it's like 8 p.m. for you right now, and it's 1 p.m. for me right now, and being able to, like, understand the time difference, I find it helps me talk to people better, or, like, understand and communicate better. Oof. Heck. Did I touch? I touched. Minus 64. That is brutal. Plink, hi. Plink, how did your cup of the day go? Team enough. Mapping. Hey, Plink, did you see? I made a trial tower. I haven't posted it anywhere yet because I want to do decoration before I post it, but it's not exactly difficult, and it has checkpoints. Some of it's pretty RNG, and like, say it's like a cross between Deep Dip and a khaki, but intended for all audiences. Wait, Soli, did you miss how frozen are you? Did you hear nothing? And are you gonna freeze again? Because I'm not saying it a fourth time. Scammed by internet. Minus 0.89. We are 2/10 off now. Rose again. Tell you what. You tell me when your internet has stabilized. And then I wasn't saying anything important. Just leave it there. What are you humming? I don't often say things that are important, to be honest. I think most people don't. Looking stable? This doesn't look like Jamz. I assure you, it is Jamz round 2. It's the part where we all go into solo play and try to get the gold medal. You know, that part at the end of the Jamz of the day where everybody goes into solo play and tries to get the gold medal. It's part of the Jamz of the day every single day, too. Woo! I had to do a release there to not hit the wall. No! Honestly, Solely, I think that as a streamer, what I've come to learn is that you should never expect an answer ever in any context, because like people just, you know, like normally in social interactions it would be considered exceptionally rude to just get up and leave while someone's in the middle of a thought, but like you could do that on Twitch, right? So I always like especially when I like get raids, I always try to engage the streamer a little bit. It's like it's a combination of things, like make them feel welcome, make the raid memorable for them as well, make sure that they're getting a little bit of attention, and like, you know, letting someone talk about what they did is good advertisement for their stream, so that if they did something that interests any of you guys can know that, right? But like sometimes streamers will raid and then disappear, and I do the same thing, because the thing is, once you're raiding out, right, it's because you're done streaming, you're done being social, you want to like take a break, and then it's like sometimes you're just like, hello person I just raided, I'm sorry, I'm gone. So a lot of times I'll disappear like 2 minutes after raiding, and I think that that's pretty, you know. Sometimes I'll like make an excuse and gracefully exit, and sometimes I'll not do that. That turn always gets me, which does make sense, just because for the entire second lap, right at the beginning is the place where the difference between your speed in the first lap and the second is the highest. What did you have to eat today, Filthy? It's not a stream until I know what Filthy had for dinner. Spelljammer, how you doing? Is this the second lap? This is the first lap. First lap. There we go. Hang on. Let me cook. Oh, it's gonna be so tight. No! No! Yellow chicken curry with peanuts and a handful of strawberries for dessert. Sounds delicious. Pretty bomb. Sully, did you like my reactions? Minus 22 speed, that's rough. Oh, that was okay. Since I lost so much speed, I risked the next line, and it paid off, but then I hit the wall right after. I can feel myself getting better. I can feel the lines tightening up. Except for this one, which feels bad all the time. Damn it. That one again. Gotta flick further to the left into like an auto drift, I think. This is why I feel like it'd be really tough to make a tech map, because my map isn't exactly tech. Fuji's not exactly tech. Just because, like, no matter how fast you plan the lines to be, if you aren't really good, people are going to find a way to absolutely blitz through your, like, lines way faster than you intended. And then they'll be like, oh, these feel bad at full speed. And then I'm like, I don't know how to test it any faster. I'm not good enough to go faster. And maybe the fun part of tech is kind of just like driving it way faster than it's intended and using tech to like make turns that are tighter than seem to fit, if that makes any sense. No! Fuck! No! No! I threw a 104 too. All the emo? Oh, of course, of course. I was like, I don't remember making an emote yesterday. But yeah, of course. Listen, I have a secret. This is a thing that I do for a lot of new streamers, actually. Set up their emotes for them. And the reason is because I can't fucking stand being in a stream and not being able to either KEKW, EXO tab, or Omega lol. So it's actually a selfish thing. It just happens to be mutually beneficial because, you know, recipe for disaster, right? Not being able to EXO tab? How do you even say things in a snarky manner? Oh, the recipe for disaster? The hydrate them. Yeah, but the thing is, it's good if I didn't want people to help me stay hydrated, then I wouldn't make that be a redeem, would I? You gotta, Jamz, you gotta take smaller sips. They don't know. They got no idea. You don't even actually have to drink. That's a secret. Viewers, shh, I didn't say anything. If streamers aren't thirsty, they might pretend to take a sip, but not actually do it. Judging me? Yeah, exactly. Exactly, lesbian. Lemon. It's like I have bird run and tree run redeems, and I'm like, do I like doing bird runs and tree runs? Absolutely not. But if I don't, I'm never gonna get 99 farming, am I? So I pretty much only like fake sip or take very small sips if like I've already had quite a bit of water. Because I'm usually actually dehydrated. And the hydrates are a good reminder to hydrate. And I'd be a fool to pass up on a golden opportunity like that. Ah, shit, where's my water bottle? One sec. You know that you can set it so that there's like a delay between redeems, right? No, I think it's funny. I mean, I have the equivalent, I just have it as its own redeem. You guys know streamers who, like, consistently stream either drunk or high? And they'll have hydrate, but then they'll, like, drink with it. And I'm like, how the fuck? How do you... Even if you're only streaming, like, twice a week. I hate streaming under the influence of anything. It's just... It's so bad. So, to my recollection... I did one high stream where we did easy clues, and I hated it because I'm always kind of light and fluffy when I'm streaming, and I felt exactly the same, except I had cotton mouth. And like when you're high, the last thing you want to do is talk a bunch for like 6 hours. It depends. Some people like it. If you know Spraying Mates is, I think he's high most of the time when he streams. It just depends on the person. I mean, it's fine, right? You'll just die really quickly and then you'll giggle and then you'll go back to whatever else you were doing. Or you'll get distracted and go do trouble brewing. You said you like Sepulchre, so maybe you'll end up doing Sepulchre. Minus 21. Heck. Heck. Okay. Minus 43. Jesus. Make this look like braid off content. Yeah. No, I really like, I like Sepulchre. That is what you just described, I'm pretty sure, is how all PVM streamers feel all the time. That's like, I don't fucking understand how Tina, well, she'll do like mic off, cam off, hard mode top, and then interact with chat in her chat while she's doing it. I don't get it. Nice. We hold this lead. We literally need like 500s. No! Why do I throw so much so consistently? Wait, Lemon. So you said you're like... I know it's not always good to like think of small streamers as being like under the umbrella of larger streamers, but I think it's good when you're still working on fostering your own community, kind of having like a... we're like I think this streamers reproduce A's actually, and we like bud off of each other, so to speak. And you know what I mean? At least streamer communities. And you were like, your community is primarily people from Wales, right? But he doesn't really stream ever, right? .3 PB. Solely, I had a 0.8 PB and then crashed right at the end. It was fucking tragic. The stupid poll. The stupid poll. Wait, he is? Didn't I follow him? Hang on. What time does he stream? I literally never see him live. Late o'clock, maybe that's it. You know, I used to stream late. Maybe when I get back to that schedule. 11 p.m. point. Yeah. Yeah, once I get back to DGen's schedule, which will be once I get a job, and I start playing RuneScape again, maybe I'll raid him. It's been so interesting interacting with the US daytime streamers. And it's been so fun being able to hang out with all of my Euro homies. Honestly, I feel a little bit bad. Well, I feel bad for two groups of people. I feel bad for all of my America homies who lost their evening streamer. I don't know, they'll get that back. But then also, the Euro homies who are used to having me in the evening now, I'm gonna be in the middle of the night again. Watch VODs? Yeah. And once I, okay. Jamz, I'm like in a pretty financially comfortable position. So I'm probably gonna hire an editor and or do the editing work myself to edit the VODs and make them less fluff. So that if you do want to, they'll be a way to watch them that sucks less. But I've been thinking about it, and once I get settled in at the job, the one I'm pursuing right now is full-time remote. So I'll probably continue doing like 1 hour cup of the day streams, but we won't be able to do this part, the part after the jams of that day where I go into solo and on gold. We'll have to stop that, and I might have to stop doing the jams of the day as well, other than on weekends. Heck. How have I not PB'd yet? I'm jealous, Sully. I'm still trapped in hell. Ironic considering the map's theme. That turn is so difficult. Yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 7 out of 10. That's my rating. Rating was a little bit late. The reason being, it's tech, I love it. The flow is good. Once you kind of like give in to the flow, the fact that it's a 2-lap kind of stops bothering you. At least did for me. The only reason that I'm giving it a 7 instead of an 8, well, okay. The decoration's fine. I don't know how to, like, it's fine. I don't love it, I don't hate it. I think it's well done. It just doesn't really speak to me. And since these ratings are entirely personal, obviously, Gluten Girl likes your decoration aesthetic is obviously something that scores points. But then I found it difficult to learn because a lot of the turns are blind. So that's it. That's it. Otherwise, a nice, clean tech map. To put words to the aesthetic thing, basically, I feel that the map is blending aesthetics, and that's okay to do. Yeah, it's a great tech learner map. That's what someone was saying earlier. This feels like it could be a campaign map. But basically, I think that it needs to either commit to a theme or connect the themes that it's working with a little better. Because it's got these like snowy areas, and then it's got the Golden Gate and the Angel and like the pillars and the vines and all that. And then there's some parts that are like got the space junkyard vibe. Not too bad on the space junkyard, but just some bits. Just bits of, you know, sort of industrial core vibe, floating blocks. And I'm like, I think it would be really cool to do a like heaven and snow theme on a map, but you have to emphasize the interaction between the heaven and the snow instead of just throwing in some heaven elements and some snow elements, right? And like that'd be really tough to do due to the limitations of just only having what's in the game and on the market to work with. But I just think that the decoration theme feels a little unfocused. Oh, yeah. The other gripe was there's a blind turn into the only part of the map where you can fly off, and it feels like such a bait and a troll, and I don't like it at all. Like, your whole map has walls except one spot, which is right after a blind turn that is so deliberate. He's there. We can make it all up right here if we do well, which we do. Inside. Drifted early. Thank fuck. All right. I did it, Tip. I got gold. We're leaving. We're fucking out of here. I'm ending the live stream. Fucking excellent.